That girl in that road today. You know what they say about them girls in that road. Hey, I have it on my heart to discuss about projection because currently in my journey I've been learning about human design. If you want to read it, let me know. I've been learning about human design. If you know anything about it, I am a 3-5. With this 5 line, people are prone to projecting onto me, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I'm starting to see more and more recently how bad it gets, and I feel like a lot of it is connected to the fact that I am transforming, so I don't really internalize things the way that I used to. I don't get triggered the same way I used to, because it's like a lot of these things are not my issue, and I'm not here to change anybody's mind about anything, especially in regards to me, because I decide who I am, and no matter what anybody says, that doesn't take away from who I am at my core, because at the end of the day, I create my reality. I'm the co-creator here. So if you say anything against me, it doesn't really matter. What does that have to do with me? That's not my story, so I don't know. One example I want to say is recently I was talking about something to somebody I didn't know. They were asking me questions about something that I want to do. And they were like, oh, but like, you know, a lot of people are doing that right now, and basically saying like the market is saturated. One, even if the market was saturated, what does that have to do with me? That's what I want to know. What does that have to do with me? If I'm wanted in the market, who cares if the market is saturated? Secondly, one thing about life is that perspective is very funny, because how did you get that this thing, because what I said that I wanted to do in terms of business was something that is not really that common, but understanding that it's not common because nobody is going to do it in the way that I do it. And I wasn't even explaining that to her because I don't need to explain anything to people. I can't make her see my vision because she's not me. And I don't really care for other people to see my vision when I've already decided what I get to get out of this life. So I say this all to say, do not let people project their beliefs onto you. People are operating from a very, very, very slim perception of life. Like, I think about this a lot. Like 50% of what happens to us is not even real. Our brain makes up a lot of the stuff. Being logical is not really fun. What did they say? They said Delulu is the Salulu. I be so ditzy when it comes to people trying to go against me, because what are you saying that for? I'm not you. Just because you fail at life doesn't mean I will. But yeah, if you are dealing with projections that people are putting onto you, I want you to read this book, The 4 Agreements. Look into the second agreement, and the second agreement is to not take anything personal. Do not take anything personal. People are operating off of their traumas, off of their life, and the things that they experience, but not only experience, perceived. And not everything you perceive is the truth. That's life. So you can perceive however you want, but somebody's gonna have a different story. Like, there are so many different stories that come from just one event. So what story do you want to make in this life? What do you want to create? That's what I want to know from y'all. What do you want to create in this life? What story are you choosing? Are you going to choose the story that doesn't benefit you? Or are you going to choose a story that empowers you? Are you going to keep telling yourself an old story about things that happened to an old version of yourself that doesn't even exist anymore? Are you going to tell yourself the story that somebody else made for you? Are you going to tell yourself the story that somebody's projecting onto you? What story do you want? But yeah, that is all I have to say. I hope at the end of this video you Don't take it personal. Do not internalize the things people are saying to you. It has everything to do with them. People project their insecurities onto you. People will project nonsense onto you. And that is not your job, babe. So I hope this finds you well. Take everything with a grain of salt and stop assuming. Okay? Have a lovely day. Bye.